Hello, everyone. This is Wendy Chang, and I'm going to walk you through the 2-week schedule and how to post it onto Teams. So first, you go to Teams, and under Bat Huddle channel, under CICT Bat Huddle, you go to Files, Operations, Scheduling, and the monthly schedule live file, Do Not Remove Folder, to find the file that we use to make updates each day. So this is a live file that's resides here. And each time you do an update, this file gets updated. And this file is also posted as a tab up here. So each time you do the update, you don't need to repost until it's a new month or a new date range that you wanted to alert people. And the first thing you want to do before you even do any kind of update to the file is you want to back save it so that we have a copy of the file as a record. So I'd go download the file. And once it's downloaded, I open it up. And it's downloaded onto my folder here. So I would rename this. And I would save it as yesterday's, or I guess it would be today's date. And then you go back up one folder and you find the month that you're trying to back up. So that's for March. And I just drag and click, drag and drop in here. And there you see it. So then that's been archived. Then we go to the next step. So the next step is we are going to gather our new data from IEX, the platform, and put it into the master file, which then exports the information to this live file. So in IEX, we start to generate a report. So I'm going to log out and show you exactly the steps that we take to get there. So first you go to CalConnect portal. And because I have the supervisor dashboard, I have this button here where it says IEX Workforce Management. So I click on that and get logged into my supervisor's web station. And we go under reports to generate a report for our staff and their schedules. So to start from scratch, you go to agent schedules. But because I have a template already set up, I can do this and just click on this, and it auto generates all the selections that I had previously selected. So those selections are, I would put the date of the schedule that I'm trying to pull. You wanted to set it up as an Excel spreadsheet, so it's this option here. And under agent, report by agent, under MU 106, San Francisco Pilot. And then you want the report for all agents. So include all agents in report. And for the dates, you want it to select the days that you want. So for March, we want to do 15th and all the way to the 31st. And right here, it would be helpful to kind of note the dates on here so that it differentiates the reports that you're pulling each time. And then the rest you can just leave the same under description, standard, and agent. And then sort it by agent name. And so now you save that as a template if this is your first time doing it, and then you'll get to name it as a template and it'll show up right here. But since I already have a template, I'm just going to save and generate. So once you generate it, it'll say your request has been submitted. You click OK, and then you would go to your view, and voila, your report generates, and it's showing up here. So this one is one that I did a couple of minutes ago, so we're not waiting for it. So once it generates, it does take a couple of minutes to generate. So, you know, if it's not showing up right away, you can wait a few minutes or click refresh to see when it gets generated. But since I already have it generated, I'm going to click on it to download. Note download immediately. And I would open that up. It's popping up on my other screen. I click on enable editing because you need to get into the file. I'm just going to organize my screen a little bit here so that you will see what I'm trying to do here. So the next step would be to go to this folder, the case investigation and contact tracing folder, under the San Francisco scheduling file master. There's also a San Francisco scheduling live file, so don't get those mixed up. We want to be in the master file and open this file up in the Excel app. So once that's opened up, it will look like this. And they almost look identical except for 3 very important buttons here. So what we're going to do is, this file is basically linked to the live file that we just archived in Teams. And what we are going to do here is to clear out this data. That's the first step. And you wanted to copy and paste the report that you just generated. So this is the report that we generated over to the master file that's on this side. So you want to make sure that you're copying the entire column and not just selecting the individual cells, because sometimes the data does not get captured and then your live file comes out funky or have missing information. So you want to Control C to copy and Control V to paste. And the reason why we want to do Control V instead of copying the values is because there's a lot of functions and links that are within this file that we don't want to break. And we want to make sure that all of those are preserved in this file. So it does take a little bit to for this data to be copied over because there is a lot of information. But once it's copied over, then you just click refresh to make sure that, you know, all the old data gets deleted and cleared out, and the new data is now replacing the information. And after you're done refreshing, just export to live file and click on this green button here. And you can tell that it's running its course. And when it's done, it'll tell you that export complete. So you go OK, and then you can minimize these. And you would go into Teams and check your file. So going back to Teams, under CICT, Bat Huddle, Files, Operations, Scheduling, Monthly Live File. So right here, you can tell that it's been updated. It says that it's been updated a minute ago by me. And another way to check is to go into the file and I always suggest opening it up in the desktop app because it allows you to access some of the functions that are disabled in Teams, like macros and editability and other filtering functions that are available on the app but not on Teams or the browser mode. So we're just going to double check. There's an update for Stephanie Mercado, and it looks like that has been updated, and it's showing all of our data range. So from March 15th to the 31st. So that looks good. So the file is ready to go, and you can see that people are still updating their information on here. And it's a live file, so you don't want to make, or you don't want to save a copy of this. You just wanted to close it, and then that's ready to go. I'm going to close this. So for the steps to update the file, that is all you have to do to update the file each day. And every 2 weeks, if we're doing this as a 2-week schedule, we need to post this so that, this one has already been posted up to Teams on the tabs for March 15th to the 31st. But when April comes, we need to do another post to let people know that there's a new schedule that's being posted. So for that time, when you're updating the file, you want to make sure that you are reposting this tab. So in order to do that, you would, after you've updated the file in the operations team under scheduling, you would go to this plus sign to add a tab. And because it's an Excel file, you want to click on Excel. You would rename this as, say, if it's March or April 1st, or let's keep it the same convention, April 1st to April 15th schedule. And you would go and look for the file, the live file that's sitting in here. Under Operations, Scheduling, Monthly Schedule Live File, and then find the San Francisco Scheduling Live File. And you click and make sure that this is checked to post to the channel about this tab, and go save, and then it would update. I'm not going to do this because then it would confuse people. So I'm going to just close this out. So once you save, this will show up. There will be a tab showing up here as the April 1st to April 15th tab. And then when this is outdated, then you just click on this and you can click on this little triangle here, arrow, down arrow, and remove the old one. And that would be it. So I would go to the post also to double check that it's also posted onto the Bat Huddle chat or post page. And so let's go and talk about the file itself. So when we open up this file, once again, we want to make sure you're working in the desktop app. What we're asking the managers to do is to go in here and highlight the people that are calling in sick or not coming to work that day on this file so that it is communicated to our IX team, and our IX team can then update the IX platform to reflect that change in their schedule. So when we open this up, you'll see a bunch of highlights on people's names in different areas. So we have the yellow highlight for people that are scheduled, but they called off that day. And we also have the green or blue highlight that we're trying to sort out which color to use. But that is for people that are not scheduled, but decided to come and work for that day. So I'm going to give you an example of that. So in the statewide team, there's been a lot of activity. So this person was scheduled to work. Salvador Perez was scheduled to work on the 22nd, but they requested off. So this gets highlighted. And what the statewide team is also using this is to plot their future requests. So those are also captured in here. So for the blue, this person requested to have this time off, but they decided to cancel their vacation. So now they are going to be working during that time. So then when the IX team sees this, then they would go into their agent schedules and make the updates. And the next time we repost this, there should be a 1 showing up on here to indicate that they are then, been updated and they will be working those days. And these were people that were scheduled to work and then they decided to take time off. So this is now showing up as blank. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure is do not alter these highlights. So we know the main purpose of this is to show people that were scheduled to work that day and they called in sick, so that when people are referencing this file, they know that to not send voicemails or make any requests to that particular person if they call off that day. So we've been asking each manager from each team to make those updates for us so that everyone can tell who is here and who's not here for that day. There's also, so there are tabs for each team created for each manager to reference. So we have the clinicians, CTAs, data liaison, ExcelSun, etc. And we also have a staffing summary, which summarizes all the people that are listed in the schedule. And it's broken down into the different types of work that they're doing. So for example, CI work, CT work, And it's broken down into each day's count. So each person is counted as one if they are working that day. The other tab is a team level summary. So it kind of breaks down on each team, what type of work that they have doing for each team under a team supervisor, and the numbers of each work type that they have on the day of that you're looking for. And then we also have a daily visuals tab, which goes into more details about the specific hour that people are working. And you can filter this by the date that you're looking for. So if I'm looking for people doing March 18th, then, and I am looking for a CTA, then you can see that these two people are available during these times. And just remember, when you do these filters, it kind of stays this way. So you want to make sure that you uncheck them when you're done, so other people don't get confused, like, where's all the data? So same thing here. This is a all teams tab. It covers everybody in the CICT team. And this is more of an overview of everyone in this schedule. And you can also do filters based on the people that you're looking for. So for example, if I'm looking for somebody doing PHI work, and you can see who's doing PHI for which days on here. Or I'm looking for INQ work, and these are people scheduled for INQ throughout the next 2 weeks. And if there's a 1, that means they're working. If there's a blank, that means they're out. Or if you're looking for more specifics, like INQ work, I need somebody that speaks Cantonese. And it filters out to these 2 people that can offer Cantonese speaking support. So, you know, there's a lot of different filters in here that you can kind of play around with to see, you know, to see if you can find exactly what you're looking for. And I believe that's it. So when you're done looking for information or browsing through their work schedules, then all you have to do is close the file. Do not save a copy or download a copy to do this work, because it's a live file and we want this information to be communicated with everyone that has access to this. So just close the file and don't save a copy. And then if you come back to Teams and it's not showing up, just click refresh and it will show up again. I think that's it for today, and thank you very much for watching this, and hopefully it's clear for all of you. Thank you.